Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. So, we are gonna try to move up this hill, and basically, here's my take. We've taken a lot of damage. We've got some squads that are really, really low. So, I think our primary objective is just gonna be to get this area here and dig in, and keep watch and make sure the enemy can't get any closer. A secondary objective is we theoretically have the capacity to move up on this side of the ridge towards this objective. And if we can get that, then we can achieve a draw. Um, but being here, we have at least the ability a little to come down here and snag these objectives from the rear. And that might be what we end up doing. The problem is they've got visibility across this gap, and there's going to be more enemy units over here. Now we could go up this way, but that's obviously going to be visible to the enemy units over here. So, we're going to kind of feel it out. But first and foremost, I'm going to bring up Lieutenant Rao, kind of park him in these woods, and just see what we can see. And if we can't find any enemies, then we'll do some recon by fire and weapon range. Nothing. Okay, so nothing over here. Interesting. What hexes have visibility to this road? This one to a certain extent, this one, and obviously all of these. Because again, this is the sort of the area where we're concerning ourselves here. I'm gonna bring Lieutenant Rao's other squad. Do I want to creep them? I think I actually do. Okay, nothing. And then this squad might actually end up doing some assaulting. We'll creep them forward a little bit. And let's do a recon by fire and weapon range here. Oh, we can't see there. Alright. Let's do a recon by fire and weapon range on these spots just to make sure that nobody's hanging around in them. Alright. Cool. And we've remained hidden for now. Let's see what the enemy does. Okay.
Nicht verteilen.
That's a sound. So I think next... Ooh, this is not great. Because this MG's got a lot of ability to cover this area, but it also means that stern can be seen from anywhere there. So that's not ideal. I don't want to shell these positions with mortar fire yet. So let's keep that machine gun hidden. But obviously I don't have the ability to get this MG up towards the action. Because ideally we'll keep this MG close. Let's put Captain Unnamed in there to bolster them. Oh, interesting. Got a little experience event there.
Come on!
And he's going with the MG. No, don't walk on the road like a fool. Go over here.
That gun has got to move!
Alright, so they'll be able to take action next turn. And we've got... we don't have visibility into here. Oh no, I made a giant error. I need to recon by fire and weapon range into here. That's what I gotta do, because I don't have any visibility to anywhere to this stuff. The only one who can see it is Stern. And his gun is very exposed if he shoots. what a dilemma. I think if I move him here, it's a really good place for that gun, but unfortunately none of these squads can do the thing I want them to be doing while they're where they are. I've still got. So one option is to creep them forward. Putting them in open terrain like that is not wise, but they would have the ability to then go forward. Again, these squads have already taken some casualties, so their shooting capability is not as high as I would like it to be. One option is I shell the area with stern and then start creeping them forward. I think that's the answer. Alright, so that's that. Stern is leading now. And do I do any recon by fire and weapon range into here? It's such a high risk. But I think I've got to. Okay, nothing in there. And then nothing in there. Uh-oh. Alright. So that's all of Stern's actions, and I think now it's going to have to be Thompson. And we're going to need to rely... people talking over there. Don't like it. Do not like it.
Geht's die Sohlmäuschen.
So... time to creep. Do I send Thompson forward with them? No. I think I creep this squad forward. They've got the road zeroed in, First Sergeant Grant shouts as the dirt explodes and shrapnel flies. They can't hit everything that crosses. Let's get moving before they reload. Motion for the next squad to cross quickly.
Take cover!
Okay. Interesting. We continue not to see anybody around here. Alright. First objective is ours. A scout reports in. Apparently there is a little barn near the hillside and plenty of German boot prints nearby. Looks like a listening post, First Sergeant Grant notes, largely for the benefit of the HQ staff. Must be where the Krauts have been staging patrols. There isn't much to do about it now that the Germans have abandoned it, other than note its location for possible artillery bombardment if the range can't be taken. Okay. Fortunately, this squad is a little short. Let's keep creeping. And then we move in. Beautiful. And now Lieutenant Thompson can order this unit to creep forward. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be him. Cripes. Alright, well, he's still hidden, so that's still a good thing. Let's bring up Dearborn's units next. Now that we're all hidden in here. The question is, do I risk it to keep them unseen, or do I cross this turn? And I think the answer is, I'm going to creep with them too. We want to make sure nobody sees us here. Uh-oh. You took a little suppression? Not unclear. That's all this squad's got. I gotta run it, friends. Oh, this might be a giant mistake. Let's bring this squad up first. We'll bring them to here. I'm gonna risk it. Whew. All right, and we are across. All right, so that's the first stage of this thing. That's basically everyone's commands. So let me get our captain here. Can I get around this way? No. I'm going to take our captain across to rally this squad next turn. And that should be good to go. This squad's taken some hits, so they'll need to be rallied. But it is what it is. All right, that's turn one. Let's see what the enemy does. Turns left 15. Two sections of mortars come up. Big, heavy, powerful mortars. Naturally, the men cheer. Unit's spotter sends a messenger over. He's keen to find a few targets.
Move the mortar!
So these are chemical mortars.
Kraut's got MGs with every squad.
So, these are 81 millimeter mortars. Ooh. The ability to shell here, very, very effective. And what about this one? Same spots. Okay, so what we need is to get Lieutenant Isildur forward. Lord of the Rings, woo! In order to be able to put some more smoke on this hill. You can see a lot of spots on this hill, so I might actually have Lieutenant Stern direct these mortars. So the first question is, can he? No, he can only direct mortars that he owns, that he has direct line of command to. So we'll need to wait on that. This squad needs a rally, so let's get. I don't want to have Thompson go first. Actually, maybe the answer is we use the captain to rally both of these squads. We just get Thompson over here and prepare to advance next turn, if we can. And in the meantime, we put just as much smoke over here as we possibly can, so that we can get an effective avenue to run up here, and at least get to here, so that we can see what's in these woods and suppress anything that ends up over that way. So I think I want to start once again with Stern. I'd love to be able to recon by fire and weapon range into these two hexes, but I don't think I've got anyone that can do that except for my own mortars. So I'm going to grab Stern and just have him shell. Oh, he can't see there. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Okay. Where can I see there from? I need to get up on here in no cover to be able to see those spots. Urgh, I don't think that's going to be doable. Unless I do it with this squad, but that's a gigantic risk. Tell you what, we're going to have the acting captain. I could creep both hexes. There's an idea. I'm going to rally this squad to get them their giblets back. And then I'm going to have him move to here to rally this squad too in preparation for next turn. Because again, I think just taking a turn to prepare is the right call. Um, for now, I'm going to have the rear mortar drop some smoke here. And this is smoke, right? Should be. Alright, so that... I don't think so. I think that was a regular mortar shot. So now we'll have him hoof it this way. Oh, that was dumb. Alright, so I'll need to move stern independently, because I wasn't thinking about it. Alright, so interesting. So these mortars are not smoke mortars. They're just mortars. They're just artillery. Okay. Alright, for now, I can't rally this unit because I'm not above them. Yeah, no chain of command. Okay. So for now, I'll end Lieutenant Usildar's turn. Okay.
Lass uns
down.
den Army zeigen. Das ist ein Heimatschuss.
And Stern is now being pounded with a machine gun from that position. Alright, that is really not what I wanted to happen, because now I can't move Stern, which is the thing I needed to do. With that said, that MG is fired twice. So I think the answer is now is the ideal time to get Dearborn squads across here.
Quickly!
Oh no! Okay, we got shelled by mortar fire. That's okay. That's alright. Should have crept. We'll take this squad across as well. Again, same thing happened last turn. I should have been more conscientious about it, but I wasn't. So what we'll do is we'll put Lieutenant Dearborn here to rally them next turn. And that'll be where he'll park for the remainder of the action. Now, obviously, I can't move Stern. I've got good cover over here. That's where the enemy MG is. So where can I see them from? Okay, so I will be able to shell them with my big mortars if I can get Lieutenant Usildar in there. And where else? But where else can I see here from? This MG can see Thompson down here. Here's another reasonably defensible location. So that's actually, I think, where I'm going to put Usildar. But I can't do that until next leader turn. So let's pass the leader turn. All right. We'll get you hidden in here. And that's pretty far away. That's going to be his whole turn. Oh, gosh, this unit's lost a little bit of morale already. Urgh. Alright. So that's all I can do with him. And now I think I just need to get Thompson... I'm not going to grandstand, but the temptation is extremely high. I'm just going to creep Lieutenant Thompson forward and then have him rally himself for next turn.
That's the way.
Now, last but not least, what do I do with Lieutenant Rao? These spots are not actually covered by the enemy, except from here. But there's a no... Ooh, no, this spot's got visibility all over there. And creeping is going to prove risky. What I'm going to do with Rao is just spend a turn rallying his own unit.
Stand ready.
And then I'll have him go here and rally this other unit.
Meine Lancers.
And that's 2 turns. Let's see what the enemy does. All right.
Hold up. See any tripwires?
Did I fail to rally this unit, or did they just take a little suppression by themselves? I'm not sure. So, I see with Stern... First, I'm going to send this guy, the new fella, to shell that MG. I think that's our primary objective here. Airbursts. Airbursts in woods are dangerous. Cover reduced. Interesting. Anyway, whack. And we'll have the other one shell him as well. Whack. And they're undaunted. Alright, that's not what I was hoping they would be, but it is what it is. They're at least a little bit down in morale, so that's good. Alright, yep, they're going to keep shooting at Stern.
Raff dich auf.
I can't believe it. So I think I need Stern to rally himself and his MG, and this will just get our morale back and give us the ability to sort of get things done next turn. And unfortunately, that's all Stern can do, because he got absolutely pounded last turn. We'll see what becomes of that later, but for now, let's try creeping forward with Thompson's squads, and we'll see what we can see. So now the question is, do I infiltrate and hope they don't have a unit in there? Or do I risk only going 1? And I think the answer is I infiltrate. Because I don't think they're going to have a unit in here.
Come on.
Beautiful. Alright, that went exactly as desired. So, they still have visibility down here to this hex, but not this one. This MG doesn't... None of these spots do either. So, I think I can safely run this unit up. Now this is a giant risk. Mine! A thunder of explosions shatters the early morning silence as a chain of bouncing Betty mines explode amid the lead squad. Men are down screaming as severed limbs fly through the air. The bastards laid the approaches with mines, First Sergeant Grant shouts above the din. Calling the engineers? Scout forward, there can't be that many. High chance of casualties, trust +5 or -5. Call on the engineers, high chance of success, prestige -2 or -1. Or strike the minefield with a mortar barrage. Expend mortars, even chance of success, trust +10 or -10. Engineers. The combat engineers cross the river and shift forward with surprising vigor for men who are about to voluntarily dig around in a minefield. The engineers start to clear a path through the blood-soaked ground. Slowly they creep forward in pairs on their hands and knees, probing at the soil with the tips of their bayonets. Suddenly, one team disappears in a concussive blast. Blood and bits of the two engineers rain from the sky. Something small and hard hits your helmet with a metallic tinkle and catches on the rim. You pick it out with your thumb and forefinger, a bloody molar. Minefield partially intact, prestige -2. Okay, so where are the mines at? Jesus Christ! Oh, that squad took a lot of hits. Okay, so the minefield is here, which makes sense, I guess. This squad is intact. They're not seen yet. If I do a recon by fire and weapon range, they'll get seen in a hurry. So, and who can fire at this squad? This area cannot, 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 and this area cannot. Okay, actually, that squad is in... can't recon by fire and weapon range to do anything. So, they're in a reasonable spot right now. I'm gonna move the acting captain to them. Is that the right call? I'm thinking about it. What I really want to do... They've taken so many casualties now because of that freaking minefield. It should... One thing I would like is if, having discovered that there's a minefield here, if we could get an indicator that it is there, that would be super. Alright. So how do I need to be very careful about how I do this. So what's the visibility from these spots? So this spot is visible to a couple of different positions on the hillside. So if I run up there and then creep...
Minefield!
Okay, so that's mines as well. Oh, that sucks. Honestly, the temptation's really strong to just take a defeat and wait down here. Let's creep this unit forward and see what we can see. Nothing over here. Oh my god, the temptation level is so high. This is nuts. There's no reason to do this. No. I'm gonna leave them where they are. They're in an unfortunate spot, but it just is what it is. Again, I have the capacity to creep forward, but if I do, that'll put me in the open, and that's absolutely a terrible place to be. Nevertheless, or I could be patient and wait until next turn, which is what I'm going to do. So, Thompson, let's get you going. Oop. Can only get to this squad through the minefield. All right. But I can spend the other order to get here. And then we can rally both these squads next turn and be good to go. All right. Next. Damn it. All right. Enemy squad there. No shock there. I can move the captain, push them, and bring them back. But that would put him in the open. Who can see this spot? A lot of people. Alright, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to start with Dearborn. You're going to need to rally this squad.
We must finish the job.
To start. And I'm just going to move these units up into position here. To defend what we've got to defend for the moment. Again, Lieutenant Rao, I'm not going to go forward. These squads are really badly beat up. Well, maybe I'll go forward this turn. Maybe I'll just creep forward and see if I can...
Go, go, go!
See if I can find something.
Get the BAR up here. Shit, oh shit!
Is there anywhere down here that I can position our fella here? I could put him over here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, but Dearborn's leading. Never mind. On the other hand, this enemy squad has expended both of its shooting orders. No. There's no way. There's no way. I'm not going to get stupid here. So that's his turn. And then... next turn we'll use Stern. I'm just going to send one of Rao's squads creeping forward.
Take cover!
Dang it! Okay, they missed. They're way up there. And I'll see what we can see from there. So, things are not going great, but they've gone worse in previous battles. I definitely need to move this squad back, although they've got a minefield behind them. So that's not ideal either. This squad needs a rally, and this squad definitely needs a rally unless they're just sort of out completely. Do I do anything else with Rao? I don't think so. There's no good approaches over here.
Hit the dirt!
We'll start in next turn with Stern. So first of all, get shot, idiot. And they're undaunted. Okay, that's good. Now, hit him with the mortar. Still undaunted.
Keep your heads down.
Gosh darn it.
Watch your fire.
I have the ability to bolster them. I won't have the ability to move the other MG squad, but that's okay. That squad hasn't been doing much, and I haven't been doing much with them. So let's do a bolstered shot now.
Give the Krauts a taste.
And we'll shoot at this other MG squad as well, just to keep them a little bit better suppressed. Dang it! They won the initiative. Gosh darn it. What in tarnation? But I still dealt them some suppression, so that's good. This squad's taking a little bit of suppression as well. So it's better than nothing. Why is this squad short on orders? Gosh darn it. Alright. So next we'll use Uzeldar. Stop shooting my boys. Okay, well they used up all their orders. That's good. So let's shell him. What? Not from here? Hold on. It was here. Alright. So, Uzeldar, you need to creep this way. And now you can see him. Hey, you. Get bombed, idiot. Alright, well, they definitely took some suppression that time. So now I can move about a little bit more freely. So,
Don't give him an inch.
what actually are my prospects for an assault here? I'm gonna end his turn, and then we're gonna wait. Oh my goodness, we're way into the episode. Yes, darn it!
Hit him hard.
But that runs them out of orders. Actually, though, I think we're gonna have to wait
Keep moving.
until later to do this assault, because I'm way over time for this episode. This is going to be a tough battle. I can already tell. But we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that is all the time we got for tonight, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.